It's hard to state my satisfaction of meeting everyone. You're all awesome. Hello, everybody! Welcome, welcome. How are you? Or should I say, banana. Hello. How are you? Hello, everybody! I hope I'm here to shine. I'm so happy to see all of you. Konbana Nexi, Konbana Rice, Konbana Niri. And hello! Hibana Machiへようこそ, Pyro. Konbana Jube, Konbana Mitri. Thank you for dropping by the shrine. I hope you enjoy your pray. I have a lot to talk about with you guys today. Konbana Kore, Konbana Taho. How are you guys today? I've been all over the place this week myself. I've been so... Normally I say I have an ADHD day when I'm having an ADHD day, but every day's been an ADHD day and I'm having an ADHD week. I am having such a difficult time just kind of like readjusting back to normalcy, I guess. Because everybody that I met was so cool and so lovely, and we had such like meaningful conversations to me that it's hard to not have that, and I fear it's making me terminally online, which is why I haven't been so consistent about my plans this week. I haven't really been very transparent about my schedule. I will try to get that in order this week. I do apologize about that, but to be quite honest, I don't even know what's been going on in my head, so that is why I've been all over the place. I appreciate you guys being so patient with me, but I've been thinking about it. I've really wanted to do the stream after the great experiences that I had at Offkai, and it's really important to me that I share all my thoughts with you guys, and so that it reaches those that that I met. Like, I don't know if they'll ever hear any of the things that I'm about to say today, but at least I know it'll be out there, and that's important to me. So yes, I want to do this. How are you guys doing today? Are you guys having a good day so far? I need to drink water. Yeah, we're gonna have big talkies today. I don't know how long it's gonna go for. It's been chill? Alright, awesome. Did any of you guys go to Offkai? Hopefully you're not sick. This is actually the first con I've ever been to where I didn't get sick, oddly enough. Smile? Just smile? Default Twitch smile? Oh, Nini. We'll go next year, I'll meet you next year. Yeah, I didn't tell anybody that I would be going to Offkai. I just kind of went and showed up. And then, like, I'm sure you guys who are watching my tweets over the weekend... Oh no, I don't know, maybe I should turn off ads today. I kind of don't want it to interrupt anything, but... Nice! Winning, Nexi. We need our con mom to, stay healthy. Konbana Nobo. But yeah, for those of you that were kind of watching my tweets over the weekend, over my break, you probably figured out what I was up to, where I was, and the people that I was meeting. I'm sure there were things going through the grapevines, and though I was trying to be sneaky about it, and over the course of the weekend, I realized I didn't want to. Thank you for sneezing that. I appreciate that. But yeah, I have a long list of things I want to talk about. I hope my voice keeps up. So, anyways, I guess we'll dive right in then. Let's see. Going into Offkai, right? I didn't know what to expect because I've kind of moved on from my old platform. I kind of just wanted to start fresh, and so I kind of didn't know anybody that was going. I didn't tell anybody that was going. I didn't have any friends there except like one, which
wasn't even going to Offkai itself. I would just meet them around the area because they were somewhat local and we would just meet up, right? Other than that, it was mostly trying to kind of like, oh my gosh. No! Oh my god! Oh, Tom! Thank you for the read, Tom and Bon! Appreciate you! You guys make a yummy pizza? You guys were making the Death Stranding pizza, right? Did it go well? Was it tasty? Oh my gosh, you already have a pizza. Emote, that's wild. Hi, Tom! Hi, Bon! Yeah, I'm not sure if Tom and Bon were at Offkai, but I kind of met them through Offkai, I guess. I've known of them for a while. Like, they're super cool, right? And they support my friends, so they're instantly cool people. But yeah, like, been getting to chat with them here and there over the weekend. Yeah, they're really cool people. They were not icy. Anyway, thank you for the read so much, Tom and Bon. They were not icy. Yeah, I didn't know how it would go, right? Offkai, because I was just gonna show up, and I kind of went in with the goal that I'm just gonna do my own thing, be independent, kind of like not try my best not to tag around anybody specific, and just practice putting myself out there and seeing where my comfort zone lies, because I don't know, right? This is all quite new to me too. Hi, Tom! Wait, what can I tell you? Oh my god, okay, I'm gonna allow this. Oh, so hello, yes! You're living vicariously through people who are Offkai. I see. Hello. What can I tell you about Rice Nat's custom dildo? I don't know. He just has it now, I guess. It's designed after his Drock thing. It's purple, it's floppy, it makes sounds. Yeah. You know, if I had a nickel for each time a guy friend of mine received a dildo as a present, a surprise gift, I'd have 2 nickels. It's not a lot, but still weird that it happened twice. It does make Drock sounds, true. It makes like whoop, 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 sounds. Yeah. Rice got a purple Drock dildo at Hot Pot on the last day Kordak. I wasn't there for that, but I did see it after the fact when we were saying goodbye to everyone. Yeah, it makes Zoidberg sounds. Nice! First ad. Anyways, I haven't talked about anything yet. Oh my gosh. We're so ADHD today. At Hot Pot, yeah. They brought it out. It was like a thank you gift. Was it before Hot Pot? Oh, okay. I see. I wasn't there, so I'm missing context. Come on, Arya! Yeah. And, how do I say this? It was a thank you gift to him, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, for drawing the coaster for the rat room party. If I'm not wrong. The person that made the coasters got him a custom mold, which means they also made a 3D model of the Drock design that he draws. Which is wild, because that means he's drawn enough Drock that they were able to make it so accurately. Yeah, it's kind of awesome. In front of my bok choy? I heard if you dip it into the broth, it makes it extra spicy. He does draw it often very detailed, this is true. You can use it as reference. You can use it for much more than just that too if you really want it. Konbanna Sim! How you doing today, dude? Anyway, I've had quite an emotional journey, so why don't I actually get started talking about that? Day 0. So day 1 would be Friday. That's when the con starts at Offkai, right? Day 0 is when I arrived in San Jose, and it was gonna be a really busy weekend, and I wanted to meet up with a friend on day 0 for dinner because I knew that they would be really busy. They've got lots of their own new fees to meet. So, and we've never really had a chance to chat or get to know each other before. So if I wanted to meet up with them, it would have to be Thursday. You guys actually are quite familiar with her. She's someone I have had a collab with before for the hit trading card game Illustrals Clash. There were free dildos at Offkai. Would you have gone for that? Thank you for the redeem. I will drink. I need to drink so much today, dude. Free is free. No one's gonna complain about a free dildo, right? Oh, I'll use some throat spray today too. And so I'll be yapping a lot. Okay, so anyway, where was I with my story? This is somebody that you guys actually know very well. Oh, thanks for dropping by the shrine, Murphy. I hope you enjoy your prey. I got to meet up with the Miss Lily Breeze. Yes. We actually, that was our first real time, like, really getting to chat with each other the day right before Offkai, because the only time that we ever really got to have a proper one-on-one talk before that was right before our collab stream before. You know, she's always really busy, she's handling a lot of things, and I completely get it. You know, I've been there too. She's a wonderful community manager. She's done so much for all of us. So I don't feel entitled to her time or anything. But we were doing the pre-stream setup 25 minutes before the Illustrals Clash stream, and we really dug in and learned so much about each other, but we didn't have enough time to really explore what we were like as people. So we were like, Offkai, we're gonna meet at Offkai, we're gonna sit down, have dinner one-on-one, and we're gonna chat. And man, it was just, I had been looking forward to that for months, based on 25 minutes alone, and she's just the most deepest, like, understanding, lovely person that just really pays attention to people, you know? And she gives me so much advice, which I'll talk about in a sec, but wait. What's going on? Oh, thanks for dropping by the shrine, Ducky! I hope you enjoy your prey! Whee! She is pretty great, isn't she? It was a really stressful weekend for her. It was going to be like, she went in knowing that. And it was going to be pretty anxious for me as well because, you know, I didn't know anybody. Not personally anyways. We met up in the lobby hotel of the Marriott and we just head right out. We were looking for Japanese curry actually, because there's not a lot of things that I can eat right now with my expanders that wouldn't just get stuck and make like a horrible mess in public. I actually hadn't, that was the very first time I had ate outdoors ever since getting my expander, so I was actually kind of terrified. We got lost so many times, dude, but it was thankfully a very nice day. It was very cool that day. Sun was out, wind was nice, and we just kind of yapped until we got to the place that I had picked out for us, which turned out to be a ghost kitchen, which was really sus. I've heard about them. I've never seen one before. Oh my god! Ibanamachi yokoso. Welcome, welcome, Mathas. Thank you for joining the Nozomis. Your contribution will go towards improved renovations. Yeah. We walked in a ghost kitchen and it was literally just a bunch of touchscreens, you know, like the ones they have at Makudo. Yes, it is Tamitande. Konbanna Fwap, how you been? And they were just like I didn't know how to navigate the menu because it was just a bunch of like, how you say, like different restaurant names, but they all had the same menu. So we just kind of got freaked out and just left. Sumiya Sundays? Is that gonna be a thing? Are we gonna do Zatsu Sundays now? Chilean like a villain? Yeah, I feel you. Yeah, I bet. Desho. Why is there another ad already? Have I been streaming for that long? It shouldn't happen that quickly. That's really strange. Oh well. Okay, so we went somewhere better, thankfully, because we found this other Japanese restaurant. It was an izakaya. I believe it was called Fuji. I should go leave them a Google review or something like that because they were great. And I just miss having actually like Japanese run stores. I used to live in California, and that is the thing that I miss the most because I just kind of don't have that kind of like cuisine or community around me. I'm just kind of in the middle of nowhere now. Thank you for the redeem, Noble. I'm currently like numb leg sitting on my computer chair, so I'm pretty pretty straight, fortunately. Yeah, the curry was great. It was like really soft. I just got vegetable curry and there were no problems, thankfully, because we could not stop yapping. We talked a lot about our goals as streamers. There's a lot of things that Lily wants to do differently, which she talked about on her stream in her own Zatsu before Offkai. And I sort of want to do something adjacent to her in the future as well. I think I've mentioned this on my stream a few times, but I actually have a huge interest in doing ASMR. So that's something I'd like to do in the future. But it's something that's completely new to me. It's like I've listened to my Oshi's ASMR before until they stopped, and now I have to fill in for what's missing because they won't do it anymore. So yeah, there's no one to help me fall asleep now, so I have to do it myself, I guess. I got a lot of practical advice from her and reassurance because, you know, I'm just a little guy and Lily's gotten over the hump, and Lily has a lot of senpais that know a lot about just the journey of an indie, right? And she told me that she does have a bunch of friends that hold similar mindsets to the ones I already have, and they are doing just fine. That really meant a lot to me and eased a lot of my anxieties, which was great preparation for the rest of the weekend, you know, because I don't want to get too in my own head. Like, I get that, like, not a lot of people are going to recognize me. I'm not really expecting that. It's not really something that I need, right? But at the same time, I don't want to have, like, that sense of imposter syndrome of being around people that are just people and end up putting them on pedestals, you know? Because they've been where I've been, and this is not my first rodeo in terms of building a platform and kind of like investing in a craft. Exactly, like Murphy, you get it, yeah. And it's tough, right? It's tough. The more respect that you have for someone, sometimes the harder it is to have actual, real respect for them as an individual, as a person. You just start becoming parasocial. We all know that very well. But Lily making those comparisons between me and these bigger indies that she personally knows as her friends. It was just a great leveler, a great like pep talk moving forward into the rest of the weekend. So when we finished dinner, we definitely kind of like overstayed our welcome a bit. So we headed back to her hotel because normally I feel like Lily is great socially, but she doesn't know when like she'll tap out, like her social battery, right? She'll only know kind of like after the fact. And I tend to kind of like just keep on talking until it's too late. So I have to check in every so often, like for other people. It's just kind of how I grew up. But we were having a great time. So we headed back to her hotel. She had to work on her panel for Offkai, which was about Hamtaro circles and board simulations. I can't wait for her to share the VOD of that. She's gonna stream it sometime, and it was quite exciting. I'll talk about it later. It was banger. It was a fucking rock concert, dude. It was! Sorry, I had to drink water. But yeah, we went back to her hotel, and she was still jet lagged, so was I. Meeting her just kind of like gave me that second window to keep going with the rest of the day. She was supposed to work on her panel, but it just wasn't happening. And we accepted that. I was like, hey, let's just have a nice relaxing break and, you know, keep talking about shit that we want to talk about. So we did that for about 4 or 5 hours, I believe. It was a super fun panel. They had to run her out of the panel room. She kept doing the Q&A in the hall after. She did! I wish I stuck around for that. But I had to go be a Uriko for a table. She was staying with some of her Oshis, actually. There were 4 of them staying in that room, in her hotel room. I'm not gonna name drop anybody, that's just not my style. But we had the room to ourselves for about 4 hours. And I let Lily know that she could let her roommates know, hey, I get like, you know, like we're all VTubers, right? Privacy is a thing. I don't really know like what each individual's like stance on privacy is when they're being incognito and all that. So I'll say, if they want to come back, you know, this is their space, not mine. I'm a guest in their space. Just let me know when they're on their way back. I can head out. I won't even know if I'm passing them, you know, I'll leave and I don't need to know anything. It's just not my business, you know? So she did send that message for, but they were kind of like, oh, we don't give a shit. Oh, we don't care about that. And I was like, oh, okay. Okay, cool. Oh, I didn't expect that. Yeah. So Lily and I were gossiping about a lot of things that we want to talk about in the past. I think none of them are really my story to share. We weren't really talking about other people, but we were talking about like our past, and it got pretty like vulnerable. So I'm not gonna talk about it on stream today. But something did happen. Keep in mind, we were yapping for like 4 or 5 hours. And then one of her friends, one of her Oshis, finally came back. And I had not left yet. My social battery fucking tanked. And she came in the room. Very, very cute girl, by the way. Very, very cute. Very bubbly. Like a whirlwind. And she and Lee just kind of like hit it off and start having their own conversation. So I'm just there sitting in the corner, staring at my phone, not really having the social battery left to kind of like properly introduce myself or anything like that. And I'm just like, oh, I'm just here. I don't know this person personally. I'm not gonna act chummy with them, you know. But I also have nothing interesting to say right now. So they just keep yapping until... Oh, sorry, Ai. Oh. Okay, I mean... We'll see, we'll see. Is there a way that I can make it so that you don't need to watch ads today? I don't really know how to... Maybe it's better if I just turn off ads for today, actually. I would prefer to do that. Let me turn them off. Or maybe I can make them like every hour or something. That would be a good time for me to take a break from my voice anyways. Alright, here. This should work. I think I'll run only every hour now. They're really annoying sometimes, running Twitch ads. Sorry about that, welcome back. I didn't talk about anything, I just kind of decided to make the ads happen every hour instead for today. Yeah. I like Twitch ads annoy me so much, dude. Yeah, we're doing 3 minutes every hour instead now. Thank you for sitting through it. I appreciate you supporting the channel. Really, the only reason, like, I don't really get like any like ad revenue or anything like to write home about. It's like a few cents. It's like pennies, but it's just so that I can turn off pre-rolls, right? For people wondering. You guys know all that. Anyway. Where was I? So the two of them were hitting it off. They were chatting and chatting and yapping and yapping. And then... It's like I became a ghost. It's like I was lurking IRL all over again. And she just starts undressing and changing into a different outfit because she was about to head out again. And I was just sitting there, not staring, just kind of like staring at my phone. But I know this is happening in the corner of my eye. I'm not staring. I'm being respectful. I'm just there. And I know who this person is. I know of them. And I have friends that draw porn of them. A lot of it. I'm just sitting there. And the separation... The lines being blurred are breaking down so hard because she's exactly the same in person. She's exactly the same. Yeah. I need to give you guys a bit of context. I was terrified. Deathly terrified of changing rooms as a child. Because in kindergarten, I had a really traumatic experience. I was just there, and I was just texting Rice like, help! Help! Save me! I'm dying! I'm gonna puke! I didn't know what to do. I had nothing to say. I was just sitting there awkwardly. It's like, obviously they know I'm just in the room. It's just a hotel room. It's not that big, right? It's quite long, so you can see the entire thing within your vision. I'm just there in the middle of the room on a chair. And they're talking. I'm just there. I don't know how to stress how awkward this was with me. No, yeah. I mean, she is really cute, but it wasn't even that. It's just like, I shouldn't be here. I shouldn't be here. Right? It started out with like, I'm worried about crossing your boundaries, so if you need privacy, let me know and I'll leave ahead of time. We don't even have to meet, we don't even have to exchange words. We don't even need to put a face to a name, and we don't even need to exchange names. And then it just became my boundaries are being overstepped. No, yeah, they were not worried at all. I froze up. Because of gay, that is pretty much, yeah. My chat is not scrolling. Let me see. There we go. I froze up because of gay. Pretty much. Happy the month, guys. Happy the fucking month, guys. You understand me, Bon? My gosh. No, they really just weren't worried at all. Yeah. But this character, I don't want there to be any weird rumors being spread or anything, right? Because this person is a lovely person. They did nothing wrong. It's just so comical. Like, I felt like I was in a sitcom the entire weekend every time I ran into them. And I felt there's a lot that I'm going to talk about how this weekend was wonderful. It validated like the standards I have and the integrity I hold for myself as a person, being true to myself, and like my internal self-esteem kind of got that like external alignment. All these things that I am going to talk about. This was the exception. The entire weekend, I feel that the only person that I felt weird around and made myself look extremely embarrassing around was this VTuber. Because I can feel those like old people-pleasing ways kind of like crawling back into me. I used to be the worst, dude. I never used to be myself, right? I was always just kind of like, you know, fall in line. It's like, that's how you grow up in East Asia. You're taught like community before individuality. And you never say anything that would upset anybody. It's the tatamae, right? You don't do the honne. And I was falling back into that. I was like, I need to make things right with this person. I hope that I get to talk to them again. And so they can see me when my social battery is refilled, when I am in less awkward situation, where I'm in more control. And that just made things worse. It made things so much worse, and you guys you'll hear about that later, because I'm gonna go through it chronologically best I can. Happy to month, guys. I'm so warm now! I need to turn on the fan, hold on. Holy shit. Yeah, I was. I wrote out roughly what I wanted to talk about for most of the stream. I could not write this part out. Because I would get in my own head and I wouldn't want to do stream anymore if I wrote my lived experience down. I am. You don't understand. We were hanging out with all the same people. Okay. I think the worst part is that, so I think that I was kind of like acting a little bit parasocial because of that first kind of like interaction that we had in the hotel room. And I didn't like that about myself. Because actually, Lily and I did talk about her quite a bit during dinner. Lily was saying things like, you know, like, oh yeah, no, there are certain similarities of our approach to VTubing, and that I would be fine. So in my mind, I kind of built up some respect for the streamer already. I was like, oh, you know, I kind of would like to get to know them more. I kind of would like to be exposed to their content more. I have a deeper personal interest in their work now compared to before, where it was just kind of like you're a friend of a lot of my friends. Never meet your heroes while they were changing. True, Nexi, true. I was hanging out with Noda VTuber German 985. Yes, that's correct. Also, you're a mod. You should know better not to bring up other content creators that I didn't bring up. No, I'm just joking. Yeah. Man, dude. Yeah, we're gonna have to strip. We're gonna strip your mod status, Shaka. I'm gonna have to give it to somebody else. Mods? Twist his balls. Yeah, you'll twist his balls. Alright, here you go. Mod. Steal your money. Wait, I can spell. Steal your money. There you go. Unmod Shaka. Go ham. You know the rules. 600 seconds is so long! That's like 5 minutes! I think it's the minimum though. Them's the breaks. Yeah, it's okay. He'll be back in 5. This is so sad. No, he knows the rules. It's okay. It was a mutual agreement. But yeah, after that happened, I was just texting Rice like, help, 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 mama, save me! Ah, there are girls around me! It's impossible to say if it's good or bad, pretty much. So, after she left, I realized, hey, Lily! I think my social battery's dead, so I'm gonna go now. Wait, what? Who is having a real panic attack? Oh! Oh, when you were reserving my DMs, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I guess. Hi, Lily! Kumana, how you doing? Oh my god. We have the other perspective in the room now. Man, I was masking so hard. Like, I don't even know how to properly say it, how bad it was for me. I was just staring. I didn't know where to look. There was me staring at my phone and then me staring at the wall. And after Lily's friend left, it was like, I'm afraid of women, Lily. And she was like, I could tell, I'm sorry. Kumbana falls my ear. Thank you. She was like, it was pretty obvious. I'm like, shit, dude. Ah. The thing is, right, okay, I'm not afraid of all women, as you guys know. I am afraid of specific type of women. The kind of women that I used to have a complex over. I used to date someone like that and she was my favorite girl, right? Height difference, everything. It was just like juxtaposition. Bubbly, you know, Marceline and bubblegum, like all that kind of stuff. And I'm not saying that like I had any of these kinds of like thoughts about this other girl. It's just that kind of bubbly, genki personality is kind of my kryptonite. Pretty woman's scary. She's scary! The pink ones specifically. Though thankfully in a less horrifying situation, yeah. Yeah, Lily's here now. Lily might have been here the whole time, but I think she's resting. I hope you're eating, Lily, and taking care of yourself. Yeah. So the thing about me, right? I love collabs. They are my favorite kind of stream ever. I'm terrified of being like streaming on my own. When I did my very first solo stream, I was so awkward. And I've slowly gotten used to it. And this is my very first ZATSU stream where I'm not playing anything. And I was nervous, but you guys are making it fun time, so I guess I kind of forgot about that. Thank you. You were arguing about Fire Emblem and lost track of time. Okay, fair. Thank you, Noble. I'm gonna need to get more water soon. Let's see. So, what I notice about myself as a collab partner is I tend to contrast the people that I'm around. A lot of people mimic the people that they're around, right? They match the vibes. My Oshi does this, right? One of my top Oshis does this, Mid Phantom. She just kind of matches the energy of people in the room, and that's what makes her such a great collab partner. I'm not like that. Mid Phantom Mansion, no way. Happy to month. For me, it's more like I become the opposite of people in the room, usually. That's kind of my default, because I kind of want to be a board that people can bounce off of, right? Something people can play off of. That is usually how I've learned to interact socially with people. Exactly, yeah, you get it, Ducky. So if somebody is really genki and bubbly, despite me being a yapper normally, I will shut the fuck up and completely just crash. Like if somebody is really feminine, really girly, you know, I will suddenly mask up like hell. I become their foil, exactly. I become the heel, if you will. When people are really anxious, I become a bit more of like a nesan, because I also have younger siblings. So that part of me comes out where it's like, okay, I gotta lock in, I gotta, you know, make sure that I can protect these people. I got to make sure that I can help them learn to be comfortable with themselves. Things like that, where I'll become really like down to earth instead. And sometimes people, when they're close to like acting normally, I will also be a bit more normal. Yeah. Konbanna Herns! Hi! It's interesting to see people with contrasting styles in that manner. Yeah, pretty much. Wait, really? Doki does this? No way. No way, dude. No way. Don't tell me. No way. So jazzed! Fuck! Konbanna desu. Generally, she talked about it in her how to VTuber streams shortly after. Oh, okay, I see. Yeah, I have that bookmarked, but I actually still haven't watched it yet because I think I was still too in my head at that time. But I'm in a better headspace, so might be worth checking out now. Maybe while I'm working on designing the Nozomis, because I want to get you guys sub badges soon. I want to give you guys a cute little cuteness aggression body made of fluff and mochi that I can punch all day. No, I'm just. Yeah, it's something that's been on my mind for a while. It's not evil! It's love! You guys can punch each other. That's how cute you'll be. You'll want to punch each other. Sometimes violence is okay. Sometimes. When you're made of like pillows, you know? When you're made of yakimochi. Yeah. But pretty much, I will become the opposite of people. So most of my friends are guys, actually. Who would have thought, right? Tomboy that wants to be androgynous. Who would have thought? So around them, sometimes I act a bit more like Imoto. Like, I'll be like, a little bratty. It just kind of comes naturally because not am I only an older sister, IRL. I'm also a younger sister, IRL. And a lot of my younger years was just kind of vying for my older brother's attention. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. I do have a lot of siblings, though. It's just kind of how it is. But yeah, meeting Lily was really the very first domino of what made the entire weekend as special as it turned out to be for me. She kind of was my glue in a space where I didn't really know anybody personally, and she had the thoughtfulness and mindfulness to kind of notice this on her own without anybody saying anything. I definitely wasn't going to, right? Because I didn't want to be like, you know, I didn't want to be a burden on anyone. I didn't want to be like a parasite and like feel entitled to be shoved into an existing friend group. That's kind of not how I see it. I don't think that I'm that unique nor special. I just think that I just want to affect the people directly around me, and I can't always choose who's around me. I can try, but at the end of the day, I have to let people choose to be around me on their own, right? And I have to just trust that what I have to bring to the table is worth something. But I can't pretend to be something that I'm not. I just need to let people make their own decisions, and that's how I go through life. Oh, Nixie. Oh, thank you. You guys are really trying to drill down to me lately. Oh, thank you guys. I am trying harder. I am trying harder because of everything that you guys have said. I won't let it go to my head though. It's never something that I would let happen. But it's more just kind of like, this is kind of the theme of what I want to talk about regarding Offkai in general. I spent all of Offkai practicing self-assurance, you know? Trusting that I am who I want to be. I am proud of who I am. I am the best version that I currently can be. And the version of myself that I want to be in the future is the version that I am right now. Like, the version that I am right now is a part of that, is building towards that, is headed in that direction. I just can't teleport from A to B. And you just gotta put that at a test. You can't keep an idea on paper forever. You can't keep things in daydreams. If you have a story to tell, you have to write it down. You have to let the world read it. If it matters to you, people will see that. If it matters to them, they will see that. And at the end of the day, my goal is for people to feel the same way that I feel about myself, about themselves. That's really my goal. That in terms of wanting growth and reach as a internet clown. that's really the only facet that I actually care about reach for. But I can't tell of an on it. It will come, right? Sometimes all you need is to have something to believe in. I think it will come. I have no doubt in that. But yeah, Lily was the very first domino of making the weekend mean as much as it did to me as it did. And she said something similar before I got to at the end of the weekend that just really kind of, I don't know, I want to hang out with her more. You get it, right? She's awesome. She takes care of everybody, and I want to be one of the people that makes sure that she's taken care of. Yeah, exactly. She does have mom vibes. She's mom coded. Lily love. She does. She's mom coded. Lily's mom coded and Nexie is mod coded. No, Nexie is like aid coded. You know, like when you're like a special needs kid and they assign an adult to follow you through all your classes. That's the impression I get of Nexie. Like, she's really good at that job. I mean, it is. Because that's what happened when I moved to the US. Also, yeah, I live in the US. Hi, guys. I'm finally... I don't want to hide anymore. I've decided that I want to get to know you guys on a personal level. I want to feel seen by you. I want you to know me. I want you to truly, truly get to know me. I want you to be able to decide that there are things that that you see value in for yourself, and things that you don't like about me. Because I want to build a community where we can be comfortably uncomfortable around each other, you know? Feel assured within vulnerability, and to kind of just, that is the environment that I know and I have tested thoroughly is the only way you can truly develop love for who you are, because your voice matters. You know, it's how you develop confidence. You practice it, you build it. It's not something you just have or are born with. Yeah, I want to get to know all of you, like on a personal level. And I think for those that I got to meet at Offkai, hopefully I managed to make that clear through my words, through my actions. I never said it as explicitly as I am right now. But I have been watching you guys for a long time. I have been a big time lurker, and I remember all of you. And I'm glad that didn't come off as weird. Yeah. So I left the hotel that Lily was staying at. No weirder than the baseline, at least, I guess. I guess so. Thank you, Nexie. I love getting the chance to like talk to you one-on-one. I think I got to chat with you one-on-one more than I did anybody else at Offkai. And I'm really happy that you were around for that. There were a lot of times where I'm kind of an ambivert, right? Like, I've learned extroversion as I grew up. I started off really socially like awkward when I was younger as a kid, and I always knew that I wanted to be social. I just didn't know how, and now I kind of do. But even then, I have moments where I just go on and on and on, and I kind of need to like practice being in tune with my internal self, and sometimes I just kind of like shut down for 20 minutes. I'm like, this is okay. I don't have to shame myself about this. I just kind of need a moment to recover, and I'll make that clear to the people around me. Nexie made that so much easier through the course of the weekend, because she's this very thoughtful person, right? Very empathetic and clever about what other people are going through. And she takes these moments of quietness and makes them comfortable. Because I think something that a lot of people, especially people like in online communities, find very difficult nowadays is being comfortable with quiet. And it's just one of my favorite things when I can be around people that get that. This is a thing that I like to call liming. You know, like limestone, you need to let it sit and set. You have no specific goal, no specific topic to discuss. You just kind of chill with your bros, right? Over the weekend. You're just wasting time and you're existing. Those are my favorite moments in life. Yeah, you seriously did, Nexie. Thank you. There, you know, like everybody has so much personality, and you were just an anchor. And I'm sure many people feel this way, but I get it. I get why they rely on you so much. And I get that, you know, there are times when you need breaks too. And I hope that, you know, I can be someone like you in that sense. And I really respect that. Oh, Kordak. People skills are skills after all, and if we develop as much, yes, pretty much. It's okay to be socially awkward. It's something that I want to say, because I think that the kind of audience that I want probably will be very socially awkward. Because I want to reach people that in a way that I have been reached many times before. I want to be able to write letters to my old self, and I think that's why I want to be a streamer at the end of the day. I need to drink of water real quick. Give me a sec, guys. So what was I saying? I think that it's okay to be socially awkward. Because something you hear me say time and time again, sometimes all you need is something to believe in. To believe that you will get better. And that's all you really need to pull yourself through. Especially when you fuck up and you've got nothing left to lose, right? Sometimes it sucks now, but if you believe it will get better, you can make it better. That's kind of like how I learned how to draw, how I am currently learning to sing, how I am teaching myself video editing, thumbnail making, you know, self-branding, all these skills. It's okay to suck. You're supposed to. It is. And it's the only thing that can really soothe that feeling of imposter syndrome, that feeling of comparison, you know, all these like negative energy of like, oh, I'm not as funny as this person that I look up to. I'm not as profound as this person that I respect. I'm not as sociable as one of my friends in the friend group, you know. I don't have an answer to how to stop those thoughts. I really don't. I don't think you're supposed to. I think the harder you try, the worse they get. The more you resist, the more you suffer. And I think that it's just not worth your time, dude. It really isn't. The only thing that you can do is find where meaning really lies for you, what you truly value. And let yourself value those things. You feel as shit as you do because you care. And that doesn't have to be a bad thing. You know? In Buddhism and Shintoism, we have this concept of dark and light exist. They just exist together. There's no good, there's no evil. They just are. Thank you, Bon. I've actually wanted to talk about these kinds of things like all the time, but I'm just a funny internet clown, so you guys get to see a different side of me today. Yeah, they just are. And the only thing that I found that works for me, choose where you spend your time. Choose where you spend your energy. Choose the people you decide to surround yourself with. And realize what just isn't worth your time. And respect yourself enough to follow through with that. Yeah. Because when I feel like I can't hit the notes that I want to hit, I can't sing the songs with the emotion that the people around me can. You know, I can't sound as girly, I can't sound as manly, I can't sound as cool, I can't sound as like soulful. I get those thoughts when I'm practicing singing all the time, but when I'm singing songs that I love and I just keep doing it, eventually I just hear my own voice. I don't hear that cruel voice inside. I just hear, damn, I love singing. Damn, I can tell this part sounds wrong, but it felt good. And it's that energy that kind of like counters it, balances it out. You can't stop the negative thoughts, but you can let them go. And you can choose to focus elsewhere. You can choose to replace them and reframe them with something better. Something that actually has meaning to you. Not to say that, you know, the suffering has no meaning. You can also give meaning to that. But they're all one and the same, and everything passes. Philosophical clown, pretty much. Man, we haven't even gotten to day 1 yet, right? We're still talking about day 0. Oh my god. It's been an hour and we're talking about day 0. This is gonna take like 4 hours today. Anyway, I hope I don't sound too preachy. This is just things that I think about and I have to remind myself of all the time to keep going. It's important. It might be simple, and it probably is, but it's important. More necessary than anything else to me. Prodigious yapper. There was so much con per con, pretty much. But yeah, I headed home. I was going to go to my hotel room. I was waiting at elevator con. And then somebody screamed, "Tommy!" and ran over, arms wide open, and just stomped all the way in front of me, and I turned around. I was so tired, I was so out of it. I was like, what just happened? And it was Orca! My social battery was gone, and I got clocked so hard. Yeah. Orca clocked me so hard. I was like, how? How did you even know? Yeah, and then that's also how I met Nexie. You know, all we could do is say hi and then good night because it was quite late, but that was our very first interaction. Yeah, bro is good at that. Bro is really good at that. Bro is very attentive. That was day 0. That was Thursday. Yeah. I kind of only saw you guys for 3 days, which was day 0, day 1, day 2, and then day 3 I was doing other things. So. Let me use my throat spray. Yeah. Personally, I like to go there 1 day extra and 1 day after as well. So 2 days extra total. But the fact that I didn't really know anybody on a personal level, I wasn't sure if that would just make me suffer more. I don't regret it. It made the time that I had special. And it just makes me look forward to next year even more. You know, and I'm gonna hold that for the entire year until next July. That's the way to do it if you can swing it. Yeah, pretty much. You just have extra time. Like, you can't do karaoke otherwise, like, more, like, quite seriously. Like, one of the biggest things I wanted to do was karaoke with the bros, but you can't do that when you're, like, vending the whole weekend and your voice is shot and you need sleep. So it has to be kind of like before or after. Anyways. Dawn of the final day. No. Dawn of day 1. Con starts on Friday, right? And I don't have to work until nighttime because I was Rice's Uriko, Rice Mama's Uriko, helping him out at his booth in the Yabai market, which is at night. Your biggest con regrets are less about missing events during and more not being able to hang out with everyone before and after. It's part of why home cons are great because those logistics are easier. Dude, pretty much. That's why I miss living, like, in the kind of like LA area, because there's just so many big cons that everybody flies to. It's like, it's easier when everybody flies to you. I'll still book a hotel, but yeah, they're just not. Especially after the world ended with like COVID, a lot of the better cons kind of died. So either that or they're not the same anymore. So I do like that there are new ones cropping up. I'll have to figure that out. I wouldn't mind being a vendor again, but And I can probably make that happen just so I can have an excuse to be able to break even and see my friends at different cons. And if I can earn a bit of money to make this whole little streaming gig a little easier, that's not a bad idea either. It's a fun way to do it. I've been out of the scene for long enough that I think I have the energy to do it again. The con hop, that is. So I might be down for that. But eventually, I know that I kind of don't want to be a vendor forever because I've done it before. I've done it for like over a decade and it's not fun. It drains your soul. I would like to be a guest eventually. We'll get there. Yeah. I just can't go to cons as an attendee though. That's it. Because I don't like lining up. It's just not for me. I need my sleep. I need to do my makeup and everything. So... hell yeah. I've played these games before! Speaking of, new Squid Game came out. Gotta watch that. Okay, so day one was when I met most of the Wisps and the Dragoons. Thank you, Nixie! I try to be flashy during events. I'm a potato otherwise, actually. I spent as much mana as I could scrounge up to be pretty for you guys. A shapeshift. I met a lot of the Wisps and the Dragoons, and I was still kind of warming up to everybody. Really, I only got to talk to Lily so far on this day. I had been a big time lurker of that kind of community, but when Mincourt cropped up, I was kind of like, okay, I'm gonna try and break out of my shell. I'm gonna move out of my comfort zone and try to actually reach out to these people, because everybody kind of like, you know, they seem like really mature, chill vibes, and a little freaky, which is just how I like them. So oh, Nixie. Oh, thank you. Just a bit, maybe. Oh. What do you mean? I'm a 60-year-old balding man with a voice changer. Hi, Seymour! Konbanna! Likewise. You were so cool, dude. Main court is really cozy. Yeah. I'm slowly trying to just kind of like be a person and chat with everybody more. It's facts with cats. No way. We got a micro celebrity in here, guys. The girl I paid to impersonate me at Offkai was very pretty. Thank you, Sneak. I appreciate that. Yeah. I met a lot of you guys on Friday, day one. But actually a lot of people didn't give me the time of day on first meeting, which is fair. I'm not expecting recognition or anything. I'm kind of like just a little guy, right? And especially for the artists, especially, and the streamers, you guys have a platform. I've been there and I know what it's like to be bothered by people. So I'm just a person. I'm just kind of like a straggler. It's fine, I get it. I'm not gonna take it personally. I was a little anxious because I did want to get to know people, because I have interacted with these people online, but they don't know it's me. And I'm not sure if I'm comfortable letting people know who I am quite yet, right? Exactly. And me being the idiot that I was, went by a alias. Yeah. Next year, I will probably get 2 badges so that I can have one on the front and one on the back, just like Barry. Yeah. Yeah, at the same time though. Aww, Michi. At the same time though, like, how do I say this? I felt like it kind of worked out. You know, I was anxious about the whole thing, but we get to meet each other on the same level as people, and that just kind of like made it easier to be real around each other, you know, to go through the whole like roughly rubbing against each other in a way it's like, oh, this is kind of awkward, but we move past it and we get there early, so we know that, and people are trying to be their best selves on first meeting usually, or they don't give a fuck. And it's a great way to get to know someone, I think, because moving forward, the friendships you develop, you've already done something difficult at the start. So I just had belief that I just need to push through this, you know?
Amu-chan! Hello! Konbanna!
I used to be quite the people pleaser when I was younger, when I was just a little fox kid, but no more, you know. I'm so tired of that. It's never made my life better. It's made all my friendships worse. I've met my idols. I've gotten more time than I really should have with them, but I would never be my true self, and I think we never really became anything deeper because of that. It was forever fan and idol. I could never really be a proper friend. Kind of expect transparency from other people if I'm not being transparent myself. Exactly. Stay true to yourself. Let others find out if you click. The more I show of me, the more comfy others will be to show of themselves. And I want people to know that they are seen, that I see them. So I can't do that if I'm not willing to meet them where they're at, to be vulnerable there too. Being comfortable enough to just be you is huge, and says a lot about the folks who make you feel that way. I think so too. I think for better or worse, the things that affect us more than anything are other people. We're social creatures, even if some people would not like to admit that, right? We need other people. We're not so solo as we might want to be all the time. So you gotta pick and choose who you surround yourself with. You're judged by the company you keep, and you should be around the people that everybody reflects is a mirror. Everybody reflects who you are, and sometimes that's hard to look at. But some people make it easier to look at the hard parts, because even the hard parts of ourselves need attention and love and want to be seen. Yeah. Ups and downs the whole weekend. I talked about that already. Nexie made that like way easier because it's awkward to stand in a corner by myself against the wall. I don't know. Maybe some of you thought like, oh, she's being cool. No, I was just like, oh God, I don't know what to do with my hands. But being around Nexie, I can just kind of stand there with her, and like that makes it so much more comfortable, you know? I don't get all in my head, and she just kind of has that aura of comfort and calm and collectiveness. Women standing emoji, pretty much. I think the entirety of Offkai is just people going like, they don't know I'm so and so VTuber. They don't know I'm the Elden Lord. Yeah, Lyman. Just the bros chillin'. Yeah. I had lots of like... It's been a while since I've been around people in person because I just kind of like went into a rock, like under a rock, after COVID. And I had to kind of like move back into gear of being social again. I kept pushing because I know everybody's honestly just focused on themselves the same way I am, so I'm glad I stuck with it. Because although objectively I've only just begun chatting with these cool kids, you guys, I've wanted to find out if we would make decent friends for quite a while now. Yeah. And I've just met, like we haven't spent a lot of time together yet, right? But I see the potential, and it's enough to be, and I haven't been given reason to shy away quite yet. So I'm gonna keep at it. I wanna get to know you guys more. I'm really, really happy to have gotten the opportunity to hear everybody's stories and to feel seen and kind. I was really surprised that no one particularly found me odd or expressed distaste for me. Because usually I expect, like, okay, my expectation is like at least 50% of people won't like me, right? I think that's fair. It doesn't have to be real, but it's a good approach, I think, to keep. But yeah, I think the only person that I probably was super weird around was the person that undressed in front of me. Yeah, it was really, really fun. I don't know, Nixie. There are parts of myself I'm still trying to learn to like, you know? Kabana Dandy, did you miss the story that I talked about at the start? I don't know if I want to go over it again because I don't want it to be like taken out of context if they watch this VOD or something. But it will be at the start of the VOD. Just know that this happened and I was weird about it. Growth is human. Does it count for foxes too? I guess I am learning. I guess I am learning how to be more of a person, yeah. Humans are always so interesting. I'll never get bored of you guys. Thank you, Dandy. Okay, so I was proud. I was proud this weekend. I was proud at certain moments, in certain moments, very anxious. But at the end of all of it, extremely proud. Because I did my best to show the most honest version of myself, at least to the best of my ability. I am kind of awkward at times. That's fine. We just keep practicing. And internal validation is what keeps you going, but for better or worse, you know, the external validation that all of you offered me makes for a great pairing to keep the cycle going. Kind of like a stinky cheese loves a fine aged wine. Yeah. I hope that I was able to offer some of that in return. What else? You know, I love everybody's smiles and embarrassment when I finally got to tell you each individually that I know your vibe. I've seen you around. You know, I'm a lurker. I've seen you around and I like your vibe. I have opinions of all of you, and I have impressions already, and it's kind of weird because it's like probably people don't really have impressions of me yet, so it's just kind of like stalkerish, right? Kambanachi! Oh, thank you! I hope so. I love talking to people, and I hope that, like, even for people that find it difficult to talk, that I'm someone they can practice it with. So that makes me very happy to know. Thank you, Dandy. Ohio to me. What? Yeah, yes, please. I'd like to go with you. That would make me so happy, dude. I think there was one specific moment on the end of day 2 that really stuck out to me. Was one of the very first dragoons that followed me when I started tweeting publicly on the 4th of April last year. One of the people that bothered to take interest in my design despite me not having done anything yet. I got to meet him. He's so chill, so cool. Like, his social skills are kind of like maxed out, way higher than the average. I got to hang out with him like a little bit, and there was this moment after we got to know each other a bit more where I was like, hey, this was the name that you used to go by, right? And he was like, how the fuck do you remember that? I remember you. I remember all of you. I'm watching. Yeah. I want to talk about this a little bit. I want to talk about small communities. You guys have heard me talk about this a few times on my stream so far, but I love small communities. A lot of streamers are very focused on growth and reach, and I get that, right? You shouldn't resist that. That is something you should be ambitious about, something you should want. It's something that I love the people around me, like that I surround myself with, having, you know, that drive, that ambition, push each other forward. That said, it can eat you up if you're too focused on that. And I think there's I personally find a lot of value in small communities because I love getting to talk to people one-on-one more than anything. And one day, when I become big, which I will, I won't have as much of that as I would like. So everything passes, and I don't want to miss that. Everything stays, but it still changes. Yeah. Yeah. And that's why I always say what's on my mind openly, because I want others to know that they are seen. I want people to love their own voice, and I want to have the opportunity to watch others bloom, because I need that. I honestly need that, you know? Knowing that other people can do it, and that I got to be a part of building that with them, with all the others that are around them, that gives me the reason. That is why I'm alive. It do be like that. No, Nexie, no. I'm just trying to pick what's important. No. There's parts of me that are ugly too, but I don't want those parts to win. I'll carry those things in my own time. Thank you. You guys make it easy. We all just need something to believe in. Protect that flame with your life, and if it ever goes out, you've got nothing left to lose, so you better goddamn sure make sure you find a way to relight it. And then I got to table with Rice Mama once it was finally time for Yabai Market. Shapeshifted into his pretty, you know, Asian Rico. It had been a while since I had tabled, but I really got into gear, and I basically did like everything. It was so fun. I was the loudest in that corner of Yabai Market, and it's just great. I love being like customer facing, that kind of job. I know like a lot of like musicians and streamers, they don't like being like baristas and things like that, or like in the service industry, but I actually get such a kick out of it because I love getting to interact with people directly. So it was just really fun. It's really fun. On Rice's table, it was a bit harder because he kind of sells one thing, and I'm glad I get to watch like all his fans come up and express their adoration for what he has done over the years. But I like working tables where there's kind of like more variety, so that I can kind of like talk about many different things too that are more personal to the specific individual in front of me, you know? Yeah. He found his vice, to be sure. And Rice is also kind of I don't think he lets it on very much, but I think he's a bit self-conscious, you know? I think he needed this event, and I'm glad for him. It was nice to be by his side and watch that happen, and watch him kind of like light up again and feel comfortable, because it's not really my story to share, but he's told me how he thinks everybody else is cool despite how big of a dude he is himself. And he's just like, yeah, but I'm not good at those things that they do. I'm like, they're not good at the things that you do. The fuck are you talking about? Yeah, let him know that he's cool when you see him next. Don't say that I said it though, that's all I ask. That'd be kinda gay, bro. Yeah. Huh? What are we talking about? Not you. Why the fuck would we talk about you? Who the fuck do you think you are, Kirito? Don't let it fucking go to your head. Your mom, so true, dude. Nice one. Yeah. I'm out of water. Good thing I have 2 more bottles, and one of them is my Doki bottle that I bought at Offkai. Yum 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 yum. I hate you? No, I don't hate you. I don't even think of you, man. Who? I didn't buy a whole lot. I mostly threw money at people I've worked with before and people that I want to work with in the near future. So I haven't taken a proper photo of the things that I bought yet. I actually haven't gotten to like properly unpack it. I bought a playmat, which you guys saw my hand cam. I actually wanted to get the matching mint playmat, but they had reserved the last unit already, so I couldn't grab it, unfortunately. If I have anything interesting, I might take a picture and post it on Twitter, but most of it is very personal to me, so that is kind of unlikely. Let's see. I got to meet some of you guys, like my viewers, you know, the people that have been watching me for a while now. I got to meet some of you in person at the Yabai Market at Rice's Table when you guys came by, and most of you that bought my holographic postcard from Rice only bought the holographic postcard, which made me very happy to know that you went out of your way to just get my work and to support me, and for me to get to meet you, it affected me quite a bit. I didn't make it known at the time because, again, you know, I was still kind of like being sneaky, but it was slowly breaking down when I got to see that. I like to know that I can support myself without relying on the influence of other people. I don't want to rely on like name dropping. I don't want to rely on like the star power of other people. I don't think it's a bad thing, don't get me wrong. I think it's important, but I also want to have the self-assurance that I am able to grow by my own power. I need moments where I can prove that to myself, and for you guys to show up, to know that I've made matter enough for you to go out of your way just to drop by the table at night despite most of the con being over. I just wish I thanked you more properly. That's all. After like the second or third time it happened, I kind of wanted to go like, I think some of you knew it was me. I'll just put it that way. Some of you were like really respectful. I think you knew. But you didn't point it out, which I appreciate, you know. I wouldn't have minded if you asked, but at the same time, I respect that. At a con like this, I respect that. after the first, like, I remember getting to hand over the postcard and being like, you know, looking directly into your eyes and being like, thank you, because I really wanted you to know how much it meant to me. But after that first day, I was just kind of like, all right, next time someone buys my merch, I'm gonna hand it to them, and I'm gonna lean in and I'm gonna be like, thank you for your patronage. I hope you enjoy your prey. I wanted to do that, but nobody else bought it while I was at the table for the rest of the con. Everything did sell out, which I'm super appreciative of, and I did not expect. I actually did not expect it, especially since not a lot of them sold on the very first day. Hey, Rima, come on, next time, yeah. But I literally, every time I got up from the table, one sold. Every time. Man. Why am I such a dumbass? It's my own fault for trying to be sneaky. Next time I won't be so sneaky. Because, yeah. It's arbitrary. I don't need that. That was the day that I truly realized I no longer want to hide. I've never wanted to hide. Growing up, you know, like as an autistic kid that had to learn how to socialize and grow into my extroversion, I never wanted to hide. I always wanted to kind of be on stage, you know? I wanted to perform. I wanted to make people laugh at silly things. I wanted to make people smile about and be proud of who they are. That's where my own pride lies in. But I didn't know how to do that. And I was hiding all my life. Why am I still doing that? I had to ask myself. When I went back to the hotel dinner, I'm like, no, I'm done. No more secrets. I want to be me. It's my turn. Yeah. So that was day one. And I hope you guys understand now that when I say Offkai meant a lot to me. It wasn't just like getting to meet cool people. It wasn't just getting to buy cool things. It wasn't just getting to go to fun events or like meeting people that I really look up to. It was this. This was my big takeaway. And it's really hard to kind of paraphrase and keep it to a short talk stream. Man. But that was day one. There's so much more! Fuck! Hi! I scared my cat. Oh man, yeah, you're right. I need to hydrate. Thank you. Thank you for that. I'm gonna blow my nose too, one sec. I am? Thank you! This is new to me, so I'm practicing still. I appreciate that. Oh. So you guys kind of hear my gross nose blowing. Yeah, day two I met some artists that I worked with and others that I want to work with. People there were a lot of people that I wanted to commission that I was just kind of like waiting to see them in person first. I know one of you are here right now. I got to meet Tuna, who is super cool. Such a bubbly guy, very huggy. I wish I had more time to spend with him, but it never really lined up, unfortunately. But next year, you know, hopefully he can bring Maple. Fish! Yeah! Tuna's emotes and his animation has carried my brand so hard, so I had a lot to thank. I first found Tuna through the Solen and Pomu stream, the Freaky Friday one. And he drew the... What do you mean you don't suck your bro's toes? Instant follow. Toes. Yeah. That was when I was like, oh, I want him to do the animation that's in my intro, that Jumi Boogie. And yeah, when it happened for real, I was like, oh, I'm so lucky, I'm so fortunate. I never thought I would have the chance. I'm glad I pushed, and even though it took a long time, I'm glad that, you know, like, he was available and that he was interested in taking on my order and everything. I'm always worried about taking too long and being too late to the party and missing the first wave of things. And people becoming too big, out of reach. People that I want to work with. That I missed my chance. And then watching life slip by me. That's like a constant sore point that I've had in my life, but I'm trying to just... There's no point missing a future that wasn't. That never was. You know? Yeah. Speaking of artists that I got to meet that I want to work with that I haven't yet, I'm hoping sometime soon you guys will be able to get sub badges and role badges for Discord. I want to give you guys something, a cute little vessel, so that you can duke it out in a giant mochi mosh pit. I also reached out to artists to keep getting more cute emotes to spam. Because I think when we reach 30 subs, we unlock another animated slot, and I don't think I have any more to add right now, so gotta keep ahead of the game. Anyway. I got to meet Bones too. They're so cool, dude. I had been applying to their commissions for so long, and then they worked with like Hololive and everything. I'm like, oh no, it's so over for me. I'm never gonna be chosen, but they did. They did some stickers for me. I saw my sticker at their booth, and I was so happy. I was fangirling so hard right in front of them, and they're just so sweet. They wanted to meet all like the children that they worked with, basically. But yeah, I let them know I bought a bunch of their merch, and I will like the opportunity to work with them again in the future. I know they're very busy though, so we'll see. Most of day 2, honestly, was just kind of nothing really at the con itself. I got to hang out with a bunch of NBs and girlies back at a hotel, and that was when I really started easing into being myself at the con, and that was just such a fun moment that we could share together. I think that was the first time any of you really got to hear me talk like this, like all like deep and shit, like real shit, instead of just being a clown. And unexpectedly, I learned a bit about my gender while I was hanging out with you guys. Happy the month, because I don't know, I felt like kind of seen, I guess. I never really had that like direct community. Yeah, happy the month. And I feel like I sensed a bit of like euphoria, which I didn't know that I would. So that was nice. That was really nice for me. Happy the month still. Yeah. You guys made me a lot more comfortable, because I definitely had like, I don't know. It's hard to put a label on it for myself. Like I don't think I could like comfortably call myself non-binary. It's just kind of like, it's very Western is how I will say it. It's a very Western construct. Oh, it's okay, Noble. Next month is also Happy the Month. Fortunately, it's about to start. Yeah. But I think you guys did kind of help me figure out like where I more comfortably sit internally. I might talk about that more in the future. I'm not sure if that's a topic for today because there's a lot more that I want to talk about instead. I also have been meaning to write a thread on brosexuality on Twitter. I mean, abrosexuality for a long time because I think it's something that not a lot of people know about, which is that everyone knows about gender fluidity, but they don't know about like orientation fluidity, and that's what I am. So I don't know if I can before the month is over, but I'll try to put it out anyways because I do think it's important. I do think there's a lot of people that kind of like go unseen and get pushed out of different like safe spaces because they go through experiences like I do. And I think there's a lot of people that just don't know that this is what they are. It's just super confusing to grow up abrosexual and have your sexuality flip, even in sometimes in a complete opposite direction, you know, just at seemingly arbitrary moments. So that is something I want to talk about. Like the longest time growing up, I thought that I was a lesbian. I thought that that became a term that I found a lot of comfort in. But sometimes I had boyfriends, and that would be really harmful to other lesbians if I continued to wear that label publicly. So I couldn't. And it was just the most confusing things because even when I had boyfriends, I would be like, I don't know if I want to stay in this because I'm really fucking gay. So it's been a journey. It's been a journey, and it's been a really confusing one. But basically, you can be 100% of something at different times in your life. It's something that does adapt through your life. Not everybody is the same throughout their entire life. Orientation and sexuality isn't something that like stays in one place. Like you might discover that, like say you are sapphic or lesbian later in life, but you don't have to force it to be that you were always one, you know. What matters is where you are now, and I think that's what you should be focused on. Yeah, basically. Journey mentioned no way. Yeah. I kind of just haven't thought about my gender, my sexuality for a very, very long time because I kind of stopped giving a shit. I have been trying to like embrace my femininity, my masculinity. That's all I really think about at the end of the day, is that kind of like what people see on the outside is what I see on the inside kind of thing. I'm definitely getting quite close to how I see myself nowadays. But yeah, I didn't think about it. I thought it probably wasn't important, but being seen feels nice, you know? I was like, oh, okay, I get it now. I guess I don't completely not give a shit. So I've been thinking about it quite a bit as well. Yeah, I was just very happy that I got to meet a lot of unique souls, you know, at OFFKAI. Yeah. So I might ask some questions in main court. I hope you guys will be patient with me. I'm honestly just trying to learn. I am not as ignorant as I might make myself sound sometimes. I do want to make that clear. But if you can hold as much curiosity for my perspective as I am curious to just learn more about myself and other people, I would be ever so grateful. Thank you, Nexie. I appreciate that a lot. That's really reassuring to hear. Also, I got to show a bunch of you my scar, which is on my boob. Because I actually have that in person. Yeah. I don't know what came over me, dude. Like, I didn't think about it at all. I just kind of did it. I was so comfortable with you guys. I've shown you my scar, please respond. Yeah, spirit of pride. Pretty much. We were just like getting into real deep shit, you know? Being truly vulnerable with each other. And I was like, ah, fuck it. Because I think we were talking about surgery scars, and I have a bunch of scars because I have Ehlers-Danlos. So my body bruises and scars really, really easily and really badly. So much so that I've had nurses draw my blood. And the next day when they want to draw my blood, when I've been hospitalized before, they would go like, did you cut? I'm like, no, you did this. Yeah. I don't know. When I mentioned that I have the scar, that like in real life, I actually have that scar. Because I fucked up on the human shapeshifting, the human girl shapeshifting. And now I only have one lung. All four of you were like, you leaned in so hard. Moon just rose from her bed nap, like she was out of the conversation the whole time, and she just ran across the room, and you all leaned in so hard, like, show me. Show us. I'm like, bet. I have to deliver now. So I just pulled off my top and showed you guys. I think I hid my areola from Orca though. I didn't want to be too weird all at once. Yeah. Yeah, cute girl undressed in front of me, day 0. I gotta pass it on, gotta pass it forward. You know how it is. But yeah, I don't know. Scars are hot. Scars are... They remind you of a specific time in your life. And sometimes those things are not so great, but... Just with anything, you get to assign the narrative and the meaning that you associate with it. So I just like to wear those as my battle scars. Yeah. Orga cannot be allowed to see VTuber aerials until they'll become too powerful. What if that's what I want though? What if I want them to become powerful? Yeah. I deal with Broden. Alright, next on the list, I want to talk about Lily's panel. Speaking of scars, I have more on the topic of that to talk about. But I gotta visit the little lady's room real quick and grab more water, so why don't we take a 5-minute break here? I'll run a 3-minute ad, just so that I can clear the pre-rolls for the people coming in after the fact. Oh wait, there you go. Perfect timing. And I will catch you guys in 5. Sound good? Alright, I will be right back.
Sorry, it isn't blue. Like this?
Oh my god, you guys! Thank you! To try and humbly accepts your donation of Senbei pocket money. Thank you. No way. Crazy. I actually did make it blue. I made it blue on stream, as you saw. They all match the colors as they do on YouTube. So I can properly identify magentas, akas, all that stuff. Yeah. Thank you for the bits, guys. I appreciate your support. Where were we? We're talking about scars, right? We're about to talk about Lily's panel. Also, thank you for staying through the ad break. I really appreciate you guys helping support the channel and keeping pre-rolls off for everybody else that will be joining later. Lily was working so hard through the entire weekend. There were times that I think she just kind of had to leave meals early to go back to her hotel room to try and focus. And you know, it was scary. Like, I can't see things through her eyes specifically. I can just trust that she's going through it, and all I can do, like, as a pal, is be there, right? Try not to be overbearing and trust that she's got this, but also just like be there to catch others when they need someone to rely on. I didn't do like all that much, honestly, in terms of practical things, but she was working really hard and she got through it. She finished rendering the videos right before the panel and it was time. We all headed over and lined up and we had an awesome chat. I got to know you guys even more during the lineup, which was really cool because it was literally just wisps there, right? So it felt like we had a proper room to ourselves to talk. It was like main court, IRL Offkai. And there was no like extra people. You know, it was like a different energy to the room. That was really comfy. Yeah, basically. And then we finally went in, and Lily was a fucking rock star, dude. It was so awesome. I don't know. She seemed so stressed the whole weekend. I'm sure that she wasn't expecting it to like get as hype as it did, but it was insane. She really did. She did, yeah. Like, I can't wait for her to stream the VOD. It's like no exaggeration. I look forward to watching it again, honestly. She did. I was like bouncing between like ADHD kid like shaking her leg in the seat, smiling ear to ear. I took off my mask so that she could see how happy I was while she was presenting. And then when we were also paying attention to the slides, like I get to learn new things I've never heard of before, and I got so engrossed. So it was again like flipping back and forth between like overly serious to like overly happy. Yeah. I learned about Hemtaro circles and Boyd simulation. Actually, I'm just gonna straight up link Lily's YouTube right now because I'm pretty sure all of you already follow her. But for those that don't, and you're looking forward to seeing this panel, I will link her channel for you. I don't think like other people can unless you're a mod, so there's that. Also, I just realized we didn't give Shaka his mod status back. Oops. Oops. Alright. Here you guys go. Lily Breeze. I don't think she streams on Twitch anymore. She's moved to YouTube, but yep. Definitely go show her some love because she does so much for us. No, yeah, your contract's not over yet. We're not doing an early graduation for you. Sorry, Shaka. Yeah, I'll give the shout out anyways. Just in case she ever does any like collabs on Twitch for some reason. Yeah, during the panel, I figured we would break out into an actual Hemtao circle. So I thought about tripping, like I was planning to trip because I thought Lily's probably has a lot of nerves right now and she's falling back into her element of public presentation, right? Teaching. But I feel like maybe I could help a little bit by making her laugh or smile if I tripped. And I was like, no, that might just freak her out and make her worry more. And it might make the OFFKAI staff never let her do another panel again. So it's like, no, we're not doing that. We're not tripping. We're just gonna behave and we're not gonna trip. I was one of the 2 people who tripped, yes. I thought about tripping, I decided against it, but little did I know, my critical decision making had no play in this. I tripped anyways. Yeah, I tripped anyways, and she did laugh. She did say that it made her smile a bit. It did make her worry about the same thing that I just talked about, but it did make her smile, which, you know, made me happy. Yeah, girls, I also tripped twice, yeah. But I am so bruised all over my limbs now. Like I said, I have Ehlers-Danlos, and so I get bruises and scars really easily. Also, I'm surprised like how well my scar, my lung scar, my lobotomy, lobectomy, my lobectomy scar healed when I showed you guys. I hadn't looked at it for so long that I didn't realize how much it like had kind of smoothed over. Yeah, I hadn't seen it in so long because I think it's been like what, it's gotta be like 16 years ago that I had the surgery to get it removed, because I have a bunch of like congenital issues that I was born with. I suffered from pneumonia constantly until we got my lung out. And now I figure out I have Ehlers-Danlos, which makes so much sense because my body basically doesn't really know what to do with collagen easily. Yeah, it used to be quite huge. Hi, Phantom! Thank you for the redeem. I'll stretch. Yeah. Huh? Lobectomy! I said lobectomy! Lobotomies? I think we should legalize lobotomies again, though. I think my life would be so much better if I could get one. I have ADHD, so my frontal lobe's not working anyways. I don't need it. It's just causing more problems for me. Yeah. But I did get a sick, nasty burn on my right hand, which you guys actually saw during my handcam stream. That wasn't for fashion. I got to go out and buy bravery badges like a kid in the store. I bought a bunch of glow-in-the-dark ones, a bunch of pretty ones, a bunch of pride flag ones. They do a type of it for depression. They laser cut a very, very small cube. Oh, cool. Yeah, EDS is rough. Huh? I didn't know that they still do it. Is it only certain countries or? I thought it was no longer allowed. I heard it can make you really manic though. Yeah, on my handcam stream, I actually do have quite a nasty burn on my hand that I got from skidding on the carpet. So it's basically a first-degree burn. It's kind of gross. I'm not gonna share photos or anything like that, but my sun core is leaking out. That's all I'll say. I'm happy about it. Is something that I want to bring up because I used to be very, very precious and get panic attacks over how easily I scar. Like when my cats would like freak out over a noise and like dash out of my lap and scratch me up, things like that. I would cry over that kind of things, but I haven't had any negative feelings at all over this, especially my hands, because like kind of a like I'll say it. I have like anime hands. I have hand model hands. I'm very proud of that, you know. But it might be scarred now, and I'm actually happy about that because the time that I got it was a time where I wanted to be there for something important to a new friend. I wanted to show up as my real self, be true to both someone else and myself, and be integral to who I am. Not only that, I am ever closer to how you guys see me right now. So, it's a memory, exactly. That's also my favorite kind of video games. It's like, they're not necessarily the stuff with a lot of content. Like, my favorite game ever is Transistor, and that's something that I want to replay for you guys on stream because it's such a short game. It's 6 hours long, roughly, like 2 to 6 hours long for first playthrough. It has never left my brain. Things that are memorable experiences, that's what I'm here for at the end of the day. Yeah. Also, you guys got to hear me nerd out about how fucking obsessed Doki is with me, my Kamiyoshi. She keeps copying me, dude! I got my hair cut, and then she cut her hair in the exact same way! She dresses like me now! God, she's so fucking obsessed with me. Oh my god, I can't. She wants me so bad, dude. Yeah, you're so real for this. It's true, it's true. Yeah. I'm glad because, you know, I felt weird about sharing my Delulu over Doki with you guys for the past year, but I finally got to do that without judgment in person, and it feels nice to not be misunderstood. Yeah. That's pretty much the end of day 2, so there's only 1 day left to talk about. And this one will probably go by pretty fast because there was only pretty much a half day. And then past that, it was just me flying home and being all like, emoy about everything. Well, actually, that's not the full end of day 2 because Orca was freaking out over asking to see VTuber's areolas and almost saw mine. So Nani caught wind of this and kept asking, hey, can I see your tits? Yeah, it's really funny. It is on brand. It's awesome. I find it really hilarious. I think that my reactions were like very plain in comparison to others witnessing it. Like Rice fucking dropped his meat on the floor when he was eating a burrito. Cause Rice was sitting right between me and Nani just stared straight at me and be like, hey, can I see your tits? Wait. There was something else though. There was something else. I wonder. Okay, I'm gonna try to be careful about what I say here. This con was my first real interactions with Nani as well, just like it is for everybody, right? But I know that Nani's a silly guy. I know how he knows how to take himself seriously. I know that he knows when to not be serious, right? And I respect that a lot. And I saw him sitting in the hotel lobby with someone else, right? And I was like, oh, bro must be on a date. I have no context. I have absolutely no context. I'm just like, bro must be on a date. So I went around outside the hotel just so that I could walk past him. And I was like, hey, Nani. Thanks for that time that you saved the 13 puppies from that burning orphanage with nothing but the skin on your back and your rippling muscles. That was really cool of you. Just catch you around, dude. That's what I tried to do. That is what I tried to do. He would not give me the time of day, so I gave up. I was like, they look like they're going through something right now. They look like it's actually really serious. This might not be a date. I think he's consoling someone, and I'm being a fucking idiot. So I just turned around and walked away. I stood there trying to get his attention for like 15 seconds. I tried, dude. Was it day 2 or day 1 that he had the Femnani spit and greet? Was it day 1? I think it was day 1, right? Day 1, yeah. So, okay. I think some of you know this. Probably not all of you, but when Femnani became a thing, I was so mad because all of Twitter was just Femnani. And I love a good like gender switch up. Don't get me wrong. It is my jam. It is my shit. If you know me well enough, you know that is what I'm all about. But I was so mad because there was nothing else on Twitter for like a while. I was seething with jealousy. I'm like, that's my shit. Yeah, but I got to meet Nani face to face in person for the first time when he came by as Femnani to Rice's table when I was helping that night. So I pulled out my best gachikoi and went like, oh my gosh, Femnani, I'm such a big fan. I love you, oh my god, oh, am I cute enough for you? And he was like, what is happening right now? Oh my god. You walked up to Seymour? Cosplaying Femnani? There were 3 of you? What the hell? I didn't see a 3rd one. What's Suman? What's Suman? I don't want to know. I'm scared. Is it Sumani? Tsunami? Tsunami? Oh! We have a name for that. Sumio. My friend has drawn me as a dude already. I wonder if I can pull. I wonder if I have it saved somewhere. My friend has also drawn self-cess of me. Let me see. I don't know where I put it though. I don't want to spend too much time digging, so I might have to. You might have to bother me about it, and next time, like, I'll have it ready. I'm gonna look a bit, but if I don't find it, we're moving on. Because I think it's just a screenshot, and my screenshots are a bit hard to dig through. She like doesn't save her doodles. Yeah, I can't find it, unfortunately. We'll look for it next time. Hey! Mimi 404, konbanna. Wait, is that Ed? Ed, is that you? Or is this a different Mimi? Speaking of people that I've known. Oh no, you're a different Mimi? Okay. No worries, don't worry about it. Hi, konbanna. Oh, just someone I knew from a gacha game who went by the same name. Okay, so speaking of people that I knew from before I became a streamer, my vocal coach is going to be watching my birthday karaoke. So if you guys could please represent the community well, I would very much appreciate that, because he doesn't even know that I'm a VTuber yet. Ah, man. Crying. He wants to be there to judge me, so yeah, I'm at your mercy. Just so you know. Just so you know. He's gonna send one message and it's gonna ruin me. I know it. He ribs me so much, dude, but he's also just the most motivating guy at the same time. It's tough love. Anyways, it's like 2 hours. Let's keep moving before my voice dies, because he's usually my limit. Day 3, dawn of the final day. I had to wake up earlier than the other days, because I was gonna help out a friend table. Now that Yabai Market was over, I didn't have to be Rice's Uriko. I wanted to be someone else's Uriko. And it was so busy. Their table was just non-stop, customers after customers. There was an entire line. It was wild. And they were really stressed at first, but like I mentioned earlier on the stream, it was actually a very fulfilling experience for me that last day, because not all communication happens through language. Not all communication happens through words. Sometimes it's you guys existing in the same situation together and fulfilling it the way that you would, and seeing if you respect how you truly are that way. And it felt really good to watch my friends' stress kind of like dissolve over the course of the day. And we didn't really like bring it up during, but it did just make my heart melt so much to see that, to know that someone could rely on me, someone trusted me enough to give me the opportunity to be relied on. And yeah, I like that, you know. And then I was gonna have dinner as well later in the day with them, and they had invited one of their friends who I didn't know, or like one of their friends who were meeting up last minute, and it was a bit hectic, but I'm really glad that it happened, because this person was working on staff for Ayami's booth. And at the very end of Artist Alley, when it was closing, when the con was finally closing down, their friend came over to pull them aside, and they pulled me aside, and Rice had just dropped by, so I pulled Rice aside, and we all went to see a special sparkly little gremlin that was working at Ayami's booth that I have been trying to avoid the whole weekend, because she changed my life and I didn't want to puke on her. Yeah. Yeah. my friend went up. My friend went up to this little gremlin, you know, this little horrible little creature, and gave her something that they had made for her. And I got to watch this special interaction happen. It was really sweet. And then ding dong. Artist alley is over. Please make your final purchases, and if you shouldn't be here, please leave. So all of the people at Ayami's booth were like clapping, like otsukare, you know. And the little gremlin turned around. As she was turning around, she looked straight past me. She doesn't know who I am, right? Like, we have no connection to each other. She clocks Rice, who I had pushed all the way up here, sees his badge, glares at him, and punches the air. That's it. And then she goes off to like do her bows and everything, and just be like, otsukare, you know, like, we got through the weekend, guys, good job. And she was about to take her break. So I was like, oh, I missed my chance. I tried to avoid her all weekend because I didn't think that I had anything important to say to her. I really look up to her, you know? And like, yeah, Doki might be my kamiyoshi, but this person, I have nothing to say to Doki, let's be real. I have nothing to fucking tell her. She doesn't need to hear anything from me. Like, yeah. I'm not gonna give her the satisfaction. But no, this girl, I did have something to say, I realized. I just didn't want to say it because I felt like I'm not that important. And she's probably heard it a million times before. I don't need to treat her like she's on the pedestal. At the end of the day, she's a person who gets tired, you know, who has her own struggles, who does her best. But I realize that's the exact reason I should say something. And I should get my feelings across. But I had missed my chance. The bell had rung, everybody was being shooed off. She was about to take her break along with everybody else. She's been working all day. I gotta leave her alone. So I turned around and I walked away. I kept looking back. I really wanted to see her, and I realized that in that moment, and I regretted it. And Rice Mama saw this. So he fucking dragged my ass all the way back. He was literally pushing me from the back all the way back across the hall. Fucking Rice Mama. And the only reason I let him do it was he looked at me and he said, last chance. I just went limp and I let him do it. I went over. It took a bit to get her attention. She was with friends at that point, you know, like obviously just chilling out now, falling out of work mode. And I felt awkward. It was scary because I didn't want to be a bother, you know. Whenever I see like people that I look up to, I just kind of let them be people and leave them alone, you know. They get enough of it. But I felt really uncomfortable and out of place doing this. But I went over and I was like, hi! You don't know me, but this sad, teary-eyed man beside me is my mama. And her eyes went so fucking wide. She was like, and it said everything all at once. She was like, you? Working with him? You? It was the biggest compliment and the rudest fucking micro expression I've ever seen all at the same time. Yeah. Her eyes were like told me everything I needed to know. And I was like, oh my god, oh, she thinks I'm pretty. I'm happy. Because I want to be, I want, you know, like, I know that she likes meeting cute girls. I want to be a cute girl in front of her and give her at least something to, like, worth her time, I guess, even as meaningless as it is, right? You know, like, I'm just a fan. I'm just some dude, and if I can be a bit of eye candy, at least there's something. But she was like, him? Why would you work with him? She didn't see any of this. It was just all in her eyes. And I said, and I know you're about to take a break. I don't want to take too much of your time. I just wanted to let you know you're the reason I'm chasing my dream now. And then I was gonna dogeza, but I was standing too close to her and I had misjudged how tiny she is and how tall I am. So instead of dogezaing, I had to go into a fucking kneel like my queen. Because if I dogeza, I would have hit my forehead into her crotch. And that is not an image I ever want to think about. She does hate him. And she was freaked out. She's like, oh my gosh, what are you doing? And then when I got up, she was like, I didn't do anything. And I was like, you did a lot. And at this point, I'm already reeling back because I realized, you know, I nearly hit her. I need to give her space. I am hiding behind Rice now, and I'll be like, you did a lot. She's like, what did I do? And I was like, you made me cry a lot. And she's like, you're gonna make me cry. I was like, I've been trying to avoid you all weekend because I'm gonna. Yeah. I think she got it. That was all I needed to say. And I let her be. I'm really glad that I finally, after all these years, got to deliver the importance and the impact that she's had in my life directly to her. And without making it about me. Like, I actually didn't even introduce who I was. And I don't need to. I really don't need to. You know? I'm glad that Rice pushed me back. I'm glad that I was there with my friend that day. For more reasons than just being with my friend that day. Because this was completely unexpected. I'm glad that I said yes to things that were outside my comfort zone. I'm glad that I went to OFFKAI. I'm glad that I met new people. I'm glad that I said yes to my friend's friend joining us for dinner because we wouldn't have been pulled over otherwise. I'm glad for all these things. There's just so much to be grateful for. So I proceeded to puke on the hotel floor for like 3 hours after that because I was still fucking reeling from meeting her. Yeah. And I got to have a lovely dinner with my friends. A celebration for the end of the event. I posted my food on Twitter. It was really great. I had hamachi kama, which is like a grilled yellow-tailed cheek, and I had ochazuke. Yeah, that was really good. Definitely worth it. I wish I had more time to have dessert there, but we had they had a long drive back, so yeah, I got to hang out with Fungi too. That was really fun. I finally get to put a face to the name. They are just it's lovely watching them bloom with extroversion in person and not just online. Because, you know, Fungi's the goat. Fungi's like everybody's little sunflower, right? And it was a bit difficult to talk together at first, but I think during walking Fungi back to their hotel, we had a real nice one-on-one. And I don't know if they appreciated the things that I had to say. It's not really for me to know, but I hope that the things that I said were a positive experience for them. Yeah, we got to be a bit real with each other, which was nice, you know. And Fungi is someone I want to work with in the future some more. So I'll try to get, I'll see it if Fungi would be available to do the sub badges for my like birthday celebration. Probably won't be on time because I'm a bit late with submitting the application, but maybe a bit after the birthday karaoke. We'll have that ready. Yar. No promises because, you know, I don't want to put that burden on Fungi. They're already very busy and yeah. I just went back to the hotel after that. And then Miss Lily Breeze tried to kill me because she told me to go down to the lobby to say goodbye to her. And lo and behold, there was a sparkly little special gremlin there. Kill me! I completely ignored her. And I didn't have my glasses, so I kind of had like the benefit of the doubt, you know, like plausible deniability. I knew it was her. And there were people being like weird and walking up to her. I just kind of like ignored her. I didn't even look her way. You know, I just wanted to let her have her space. But I could tell that she knew I was there. Because I was the last person that saw her at the event. And she was like looking over her shoulder. She probably wanted to just take a break and be with her friends. I don't know what she was thinking, but I could feel her eyes piercing into my soul. I'm like, I'm just here to say goodbye to my friend. Oh. Yeah, so then Lily showed up and we hugged. Little did I know! Lily is here to meet both of us! So I'm fucking dead! Anyway, I'm not that important. I really am not. Like I don't mean to say that in like a way of putting myself down. I try not to see myself as important. So I just like, okay, I don't know you. You guys are here to do your own thing. I'll let you be. It's none of my business. I'm gonna go now. I didn't even turn around. Yeah. And that was Offkai. That was my Offkai. It couldn't end on a better note. Yeah. Yippee! We got there! I yapped for a long time today. I talked a lot about myself. I hope you guys don't mind. I hope it was of some value to you. I hope that you got to manage to get work done or just chill and relax. And I hope that if I met you and I talked about you today, that my feelings about you got to reach you today. Even if you're only watching the VOD, thank you for letting me see you for who you truly are. And thank you for seeing me. And that is why we're here. Yeah, that is why we're here. You're right. I am silly. Thank you guys. They are my favorite too. I kind of want to do like talk show streams in the future, where I just bring on like my bros, like guests, and we'll have like a topic to talk shit over. I've done that before, and it is the funnest thing to have a drink over. And speaking of, you know, I think Nexi, I think you would make a great talk show host, a great talk show guest. So we need to figure out something to have a drink over on stream one day. Yeah. Let's see. What else? Oh, okay. I before we wrap up for today, I want to tell you guys about some updates that will be coming in the near future regarding my content. You don't know about that? You're down to try it out? We can plan for it like a few months ahead, so you'll have a lot of time to decide whether it's something you want to do or not. Yeah. I don't want to force people to be put on the spot. It's just something if you find fun, you know, I'd be down for it. Because you're cool. Okay, so first thing. Birthday karaoke. On July 23rd, Pacific Standard Time, I'm going to hold my first karaoke live on twitch.tv. I don't know how long the set list will be. I will probably stick to songs that are easier and not too ham for the first one, because I am very nervous about it. And I do kind of strain my voice when I stream. I tend to go a bit more ham than I really have to, but I'm happy so far with the progress of practicing the set list. And I'll do my best, and it would mean the world to me if you guys would mark that date on your calendar, and I'll make more announcements about it soon. Some of my friends will be joining. They'll be duetting with me, and we'll just have a fun time no matter how scuff it is. I still am taking... If anybody else would like to duet with me, you're free to just drop me a message, because until the 15th of July, I will be open to taking in more. So I do have a set list. I'm willing to try other things, but I'm most likely just going to stick to my set list. And yeah, if you'd like to join, just let me know. I wanted to just be a fun little special event to share with everybody. I kind of want to give something back to all the support that everybody has given me over the past year. I want to actually do something special that isn't just me playing a video game and people watching me play a video game. I'll do my best. I can't call myself a real singer otherwise. What else? Community updates and upcoming perks. I've talked about this briefly already. We will hopefully get sub badges soon, a bit after my birthday, and we'll finally have role badges on Discord as well. I made it so that I finally fixed the privacy of my server tag on Discord, and if you guys are not already there, if you like the vibes from the day and you wanna hang out, like, I'm always around the Yap, and I'm trying to build a community of Yappers, so if you'd like to join, the pinned message has my Discord link. Yeah, thank you, Kordak. Appreciate you, bro. We've got free emotes. I'm always trying to get more. I draw emotes as well. I'll be opening my emote commissions on VGen sometime in the near future. But I also just love collecting emotes from all sorts of different artists that have a lot of charm to their work. So we'll be getting a few more soon. I also made it so if you see me yapping on Discord, you can just join my Discord through my server tag, which I finally found out how to make public. So what else? This is news. If you were already in my Discord, I made it so that you can have holographic roll colors if you are a Twitch subscriber or a Discord booster. So if you already had a roll color, if you remove it, you will have a holographic color instead. I'll let you guys choose because I know that's not everybody's jam. Some people just want to lurk and be unnoticed, and I completely respect that. What else? Regarding my streams for the next few weeks, obviously I'm going to try and prioritize the karaoke on the 23rd, but I will also start making stream schedules. I have a bunch of games that I plan to stream. Some of the things I was looking forward to finally came out. It's Steam Summer Sale, so I grabbed a bunch of things. Some things that I plan to collab with friends once they're free. Peak is one of them. Rabbit and Steel is another one, gifted by our very own Needy. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much for the game suggestions and, you know, gifting it to me so that I can stream that for everybody here. I also plan to start streaming a long form Yuri visual novel because it is almost the end of June and we gotta just keep it going, man. We gotta keep it going, you know? It doesn't end 1 month in. So I'll probably figure out what day of the week works best for me and we'll get through this game together. I have quite a few, let me see. Some of them my friends worked on. But there's a specific one that I finally bought that I want to stream. I might talk about it more on my Discord and maybe put up a poll so that you guys can choose which one you would rather watch me stream. Happy New Year! Hell yeah! But that's more or less what's ahead. Other than that, well, there's other stuff, but I'll just save it for next time. It's getting pretty late anyways for some of you guys, I know. And I gotta rest my voice, so... I opened Steam, and now I lost track of OBS and everything. No, you see that for me? Aw, dude. I hope you get some rest soon, cause you deserve it. Anyway, I hope that you guys had fun today. It really meant a lot to me to see all of you again, for my feelings to reach you, to have somebody to bounce off. Thank you for keeping chat so active today. It really means a lot to me to have people to bounce off of. But anyway, I appreciate you all, and I'm glad you're here today. Thanks for sticking around, and let's take care of ourselves, okay? To brighter days ahead, I hope you smile. Oh yeah? To me!